Currently in a situation with my girlfriend regarding a wedding. How do I handle this? I will try and keep this short and sweet, but there's a few bits of important background information needed. My girlfriend and I have been dating for 3 years. After a year of dating, we both moved to a new state about 2 hours away via duct plane from our home state. This will be important later. Both being in our late 20s, we are right in the middle of our friends and family getting married. We have one wedding for her college friend middle of next month, and she has one for her cousin later in the month that I wasn't originally invited to. My girlfriend texted me this morning very excited that her cousin had gotten some RSVPs back, and now there was room for me to attend the wedding. While I would love to go, there are a few reasons I can't, and to put it frankly, my girlfriend is pissed. The first reason I can't go is vacation time. As of now, I have 5 days left for vacation. 2 of which are being used for her college friend's wedding, so I really only have 3. In order to attend the wedding, I would need to use 2 more, leaving me with 1 for the holidays. The second reason is finances. Unfortunately, I am currently being sued. It's a bogus lawsuit that will never see court, but holy shit are lawyers expensive. My girlfriend has been incredibly supportive through this whole ordeal, and very understanding of the financial burden this puts on me. Paying lawyer fees and saving up as much as I possibly can has left me a little strapped. Like my vacation days, I budgeted my finances for this other wedding, but didn't account for another last-minute one. The third reason is prior commitment. When we first moved to our new city/state, I was looking for a way to get involved with the community. This led to me taking on a youth sports coaching position. It's a bit of a commitment, practice 3 days a week with games on Saturdays, but has led to me meeting and befriending a lot of great people. My girlfriend and her family are more important to me, but I don't want to just bail. Although my girlfriend is aware of all these aspects, I still explained everything. That although I'd love to come, I don't think I can. But as I mentioned, she's not happy about that. And the reason she isn't happy stems from when we first moved. My girlfriend made the move a couple weeks before I did for work-related reasons. The weekend I was set to move in was the same weekend as another one of her cousin's weddings. We knew about this well ahead of time, and RSVP'd I couldn't go. I did try to think of ways to make it work, but my girlfriend wanted me to focus on the move. I thought everything was good, but apparently that side of my girlfriend's family took me declining the invitation to heart. A couple months later we received an invite to another one of her cousin's weddings. She has 21st cousins BTW, but this time I wasn't included. My girlfriend chalked it up to it being a small event, so I didn't think much of it. But when the wedding eventually happened and my girlfriend came home, she said I wasn't invited because I missed the previous wedding. I was a bit shocked, but my girlfriend assured me she explained to her family about me moving in etc., and the issue was squashed. Well, turns out it wasn't, because earlier this year we got the invitation for her cousin's wedding next month, and I wasn't on it. My girlfriend wasn't happy with her cousin, but I said it's probably just because they don't know me well, and who wants strangers at their wedding. Honestly, I was a little hurt, but really didn't think it was my place to be. Yes, we've been dating for a while, and yes, I had a very legitimate excuse to miss that first wedding, but I'd rather miss this quietly wedding than get involved in another family's drama. I told my girlfriend not to worry about it, this time it may just be a small event, and she'll have a blast anyway. That was the last my girlfriend and I discussed the wedding until today. As mentioned, she texted me a few people can't attend, so there is now room. I laid everything out, but her only focus is how this will affect her family's view of me. I honestly have no idea what to do. It feels like I'm in a lose-lose situation. My priority is my girlfriend and her family, but the hit I'd be taking is something I can't just ignore. Comment. All of your reasons are sound, logical, and valid. You weren't even invited. You shouldn't have to turn over your life and put your money and vacation toward a last-minute pity invite. Her family is ridiculous if they truly hold this over you. How comes your GF is annoyed with you and not her family? An invitation isn't a summon. And why should you go though all the hoops and be overly grateful for a +1 you only got because other people the bride/groom care about can't make it? You don't have to do anything. She needs to realize that her family's reaction is crap. SRSLY, do they just expect you to wait around for any invitation, not having any plans for the next X years until everyone is married just to please them? Her family being petty and vindictive about wedding invites, of all things, is not your problem to solve. Next story 2. My boyfriend's family doesn't accept me for who I am. I have been with my boyfriend Gabriel for a few months now, but we've known each other for 3 years. He lives in a shared flat with his brother and a good friend. I'm at their place quite often every week because my boyfriend prefers not to stay over at my place. Initially, he found my apartment to smell too much of smoke. I live with my sister, and we're both smokers. Since we got cats, we only smoke on the balcony, but sometimes the apartment gets a bit messy, especially the floors, due to the cats, and he doesn't like that. So, he doesn't come to my place because he feels uncomfortable walking barefoot in my apartment. I'm not happy with this statement, and he knows it, but that's not the main issue. His brother Julian has a girlfriend who's mostly there on weekends because she has to go to work very early. I'm a teacher and currently are holidays. Julian complains almost weekly about something not being right because of me. It's either that I haven't tidied up the kitchen as he'd like, even though I'm a guest and I do the dishes for everyone every time I'm there, or he doesn't like it when pizza boxes are left out for a day and not immediately thrown away. Once, he took down our still damp laundry. It had only been hanging for a day, because he wanted to hang up his own. He's bothered by the fact that I'm there too often, and he can't relax. I recently had a disagreement with my sister, and he mentioned that this situation affects everyone because I stayed there and didn't go home. There are many other small things, but in the end, every time I leave, he finds something new that he doesn't like about me and then complains to my boyfriend about it. I wouldn't mind if he followed these rules himself. His girlfriend is there at least 3 days a week, and he has often left dishes until the next day, left pizza boxes lying around, and more, but he always commands us to clean everything up on the same day. I've started taking photos as evidence and wanted to collect enough to confront him and ask how he can treat a person so disrespectfully. I don't think it's fair that I constantly try to do everything right in this household, and I'm thanked by hearing that something else suddenly doesn't suit him. I'm starting to feel pushed out of this apartment and very uncomfortable in their presence. I've discussed all of this with my boyfriend, and he agreed with me and defended me. However, he came to me yesterday and said he wanted to talk to me about something. 2 things came up during the conversation. He said he doesn't want to be malicious or collect these pictures but that we should show our best sides and rise above it. However, I feel like this means Julian won't face any consequences and will get away with treating me like trash. I expressed this, and Gabriel said he would talk to him about it, but I shouldn't deliberately avoid him anymore and should spend more time with him and his family. His reasoning is that he doesn't want to be in a situation where he has to choose between me and his family. I told him immediately that I would never demand that, but I still don't want to be treated this way. He mentioned that apparently, I give a verbal slap in the face to many people, and none of his friends or family members feel comfortable saying such things when I'm around. I'm a very outspoken person and express my moral beliefs in any situation. Of course, I can understand jokes, and in certain contexts, dark humor can be funny, but I can tell when people mean what they say. His family is very religious and holds conservative views. He is too, but we mostly share the same moral beliefs. We have a mutual friend who is transgender. His mother wanted him to cut ties with her just because of that fact. He once painted his nails black and went to work like that, and she confronted him about why he did that, as it's something only women do. I find such statements problematic, and in those situations, I say something because I don't think it's okay. Gabriel sometimes makes jokes about Julian's weight. In those moments, I say that it's none of his business and very hurtful. So, in those situations, I step in and express my opinion. His mother was also shocked when she asked me if I believe in God, and I said no. His solution to the problem: act dumb and naive, always agree. I feel like my voice is being silenced. So, to make his family like me, should I pretend to be someone I'm not? Why can't they accept that I don't believe in God? I don't like people who judge others because they are different and are supposedly going to hell according to the Bible. Still, I accept that they are religious and never try to talk them out of it or discuss the fact. I just honestly state what I think. Additionally, I recently wore shorts. I have very prominent curves on my body, that's just how I'm built, and cuddled with him while watching a movie with his family. He has a little brother who is 13 and was watching too. His mother apparently noticed his little brother looking at my behind and said that I shouldn't wear anything provocative in front of him. What? It was 35 degrees Celsius outside. I dressed like that because I was hot. At this point, I really don't know what to do. I love my partner and want to stay with him, but I feel like I have to pretend in front of his family to be accepted. And he expects that of me too. What should be my next steps to resolve these issues? Are his approaches correct, and am I getting upset unnecessarily? Comment. The fact that he wants you to make yourself small in order for his family to accept you, instead of standing up for you, tells me he doesn't value you like you value him. Eventually it is going to end up being a you or his family thing, and from what you've expressed, it sounds like he would choose his family. He already is choosing his family's opinion over your comfort and boundaries. You need to evaluate if this is something you are willing to do for a relationship, because this won't stop, it won't go away, and it won't change. Even if you get married, they will always find something to nitpick. I would never tolerate my family making my partner feel this way. I would never expect that he make himself seem dumb and meek to please my family, and he would do the same for me. You aren't being unreasonable, and his approach is quite frankly shitty and spineless. First, do not compile those photos. Anyone can behave however they want in their own house. It is completely within his right to have different rules/expectations for guests, just as it's in your right to not go there if you find them unreasonable. Overall, this is less of an issue between you and his family and more between you and your boyfriend. His family isn't forcing you to do these things, your boyfriend is asking you to. Like any other request, you can absolutely refuse, but understand that may create additional tension among all parties involved, or even be a deal breaker in your relationship. Ultimately, if you want a boyfriend who can go to your apartment without making a fuss, and has a family you feel totally comfortable being yourself around, then I think you need to reconsider if this relationship is for you. There are absolutely people out there who will check both of those boxes. He is not one of them.